Picture a grand medieval hall aglow with a soft flicker of candlelight. Shadows dance on the stone walls, tapestries hang proudly depicting battles of old, and the scent of roasted meats, spiced wine, and freshly baked bread fills the air. A hush falls over the gathered nobles, knights, and their retinues as they await their host, King Sweyn III of Denmark, also known as Sweyn Grath. Tonight, the king promises peace. The year is 1153, and Denmark is a land torn apart by civil war. The throne is contested by three men, Sweyn, Canute V, and Valdemar I. These three rivals aren't just political adversaries, they're bound by blood. The land has suffered years of chaos. Villages burned, families displaced, and the cries of the war-weary echo across the kingdom. Sweyn, holding the throne precariously, knows the time has come to act decisively. And so, he sends an invitation to Canute and Valdemar. He extends a promise of reconciliation. He proposes a feast at Roskilde, the historic royal city, to negotiate terms that will finally end the bloodshed. The banquet will be a turning point for Denmark, he claims, a moment to unite the kingdom under one ruler and heal the wounds of war. The invitation, though unexpected, is difficult to refuse. Canute and Valdemar, both weary from years of battle, accept. Each man arrives with his retinue, cautious but hopeful. As they enter the hall, they are greeted by a spectacle of medieval splendor. Long wooden tables are set with golden goblets, silver platters, and an array of delicacies: roasted game, spiced fruits, honeyed cakes, and wine that flows like rivers. Musicians play merry tunes in the background. For the first time in years, the three rivals sit together. They exchange pleasantries, sip wine, and speak cautiously of peace. The mood, though tentative, begins to lighten. Guests laugh, toasts are raised, and the hall fills with a rare sense of hope. But beneath the surface, a darker story is unfolding. Sweyn's smile is a mask, hiding his true intentions. His offer of peace is a charade, and this banquet is nothing more than an elaborate trap. For Sweyn, the banquet is not a gesture of reconciliation. It is a weapon, one that will secure his throne through betrayal and bloodshed. As the evening wears on, Sweyn gives a subtle signal. The musicians fall silent. The doors to the hall are bolted shut with an ominous clang. Guests glance around in confusion, their laughter faltering. Then the soldiers appear. Sweyn's men, armed to the teeth, emerge from the shadows surrounding the hall. The massacre begins in an instant. The unsuspecting guests, unarmed and caught off guard, are attacked with ruthless efficiency. Swords clash, screams echo, and blood spills onto the stone floors, pooling beneath the feet of the fleeing and the fallen. The lavish banquet transforms into a scene of chaos and horror. Canute V, one of the primary claimants to the throne, is cornered and brutally killed in the melee. His death is the culmination of Sweyn's plot, a calculated strike to eliminate his rivals. But as the carnage unfolds, Valdemar I seizes his chance. Amid the confusion, he fights his way past the soldiers and escapes into the night. Bloodied but alive, Valdemar flees, vowing vengeance against Sweyn. The blood feast of Roskilde, as it would come to be known, sends shockwaves through Denmark. News of Sweyn's betrayal spreads rapidly, and the people, horrified by the massacre, turn against him. His reputation as a tyrant is sealed, and his support crumbles. But the story does not end there. Valdemar, the lone survivor of the rival claimants, emerges as a beacon of hope. Fueled by a thirst for justice and a vision for a unified Denmark, he rallies his forces. The people, inspired by his resilience and horrified by Sweyn's betrayal, flock to his cause. The civil war reaches its climax in a decisive battle. Valdemar's army clashes with Sweyn's forces in a confrontation that will determine the future of Denmark. In the end, Sweyn is defeated, his ambitions shattered. Valdemar ascends to the throne as Valdemar I, remembered in history as Valdemar the Great. Under his rule, Denmark is transformed. The scars of war are healed, the kingdom is unified, and an era of stability begins. The horrors of Roskilde, though a dark stain on history, serve as a turning point, a moment when betrayal gave way to justice, and treachery was met with the resilience of a people determined to rebuild. The Blood Feast of Roskilde is not just a tale of political ambition and betrayal. It is a story of survival, vengeance, and redemption. It reminds us of the cost of unchecked ambition and the enduring power of resilience in the face of treachery. As we reflect on this chilling chapter of history, let's not forget its lessons. Trust, once shattered, can ignite the flames of rebellion. And power, gained through deceit, is always destined to crumble. If this epic tale of betrayal and revenge captivated you, imagine the countless other stories hidden in the pages of history. Don't let this journey into the past end here. Subscribe to our channel for more gripping stories of intrigue, ambition, and the human spirit. Give this video a like if you found it compelling, and share it with friends who love exploring the darker corners of history. Let's keep these stories alive, because the past isn't just history, it's a mirror reflecting who we are today. Join us as we uncover more tales that shaped our world.